Check one, check two, alive. La 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 la. Kamala Harris, oh yeah. Kamala Harris is my gal. Kamala Harris, first black woman who will not fail. She's my gal. Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris. Kamala, there's a song in there, Kamala Harris song. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. Oh my gosh, what a day, what a day. Another day in news. Looks like Kamala Harris is going to be the Democratic nominee for President of the United States. It looks like all of the big wigs, the big brass, not the Democratic voters, of course, but the big wigs have decided that Kamala Harris is the best bet to beat Donald Trump. She's out there. She's campaigning. She raised $100 million the first day. Primaries? Who needs primaries? We got Kamala Harris. So it does look like there will be no selection here. There is we're already how many days in, how many hours into Joe Biden resigning? It's now Tuesday. He resigned on Monday, or resigned from the 2024 race, and still not a single Democrat, not a single person in the free world has challenged the Democratic Party for the nomination. Now, was it a coup to overthrow Joe Biden? Yes and no. It was a gentle coup. Is Joe Biden incapable of functioning, incapable of running, incapable of sewing a complete sentence together in a way that makes sense to the American people? No, he's not capable of those things. So to have him removed by his own party is not necessarily a coup, but it's an act of grace in a sense. Now, the other part of that conspiracy is, did the Democrats withhold information about Joe Biden? You're hearing this conspiracy spun widely now. Did the Democrats withhold information about Joe Biden's cognitive ability and lie to the American people when they said he was fine and good and ready to go, but meanwhile he was totally senile and suffering deep dementia? Is that true? Not really. Joe Biden is the president of the United States, duly elected per se, and he has to decide. It's when Joe Biden decides he's out. Right? Joe Biden didn't have a moment where he wasn't completely. He didn't have the blackout moment. At least we didn't see it on camera, where he totally blacks out and doesn't know where he is, and then he needs someone to come in and save him. But I think that the idea that the Democrats, this is a frivolous direction, a rabbit hole. The Republicans are gonna chase the Democrats down a rabbit hole and try to say that they withheld information about Joe's cognitive ability, and they simply didn't. They knew, of course they knew, but to what extent did they know? Remember, there's a secrecy around Joe Biden. The only people who, if you want to hold somebody accountable, hold Hunter Biden accountable, or Jill, his wife, Jill Biden, or somebody like that, somebody very, very close. But to say that the Democrats withheld information about Joe's cognitive ability, well, let the voters decide. If that's what the Democrats did, they did it. They are doing it to the American people as a whole, because Joe Biden still is a sitting president. But mostly they're doing it to their own party. Right? The Democrats robbed the Democratic voters of a real primary. The primary they had wasn't a primary. There were no challengers. It was just Joe Biden. So that's not an election. They're saying, oh, Joe Biden got 14 million votes in the primary. He didn't run against anybody. It's irrelevant. So anyway, and the bigger conspiracy that's really starting to make sense now, that I think I'll chirp in on. Based on the evidence, it does look like there were massive holes in the security around Donald Trump. In Butler, Pennsylvania, when he got shot in the face. And the director of the Secret Service was grilled yesterday in Washington, refusing to answer key questions and really, really looking like a fool, looking like a person who shouldn't have been in charge of protecting anybody. So we'll look at that. Marjorie Taylor Greene did a great job at grilling this Secret Service director woman, demanding that she resign. We'll look at that. It is starting to look like, look, 2 days before the Republican convention, the presidential candidate, Donald J. Trump, gets shot in the fucking head, right? Assassination attempt 2 days before the Republican party, right, before the Republican convention. And then a few days later, the sitting president decides that he's not going to run for re-election. Right? Historically, when history lines up all of these factors, it is going to look like a governmental hit. There's no doubt about it. And we're finding out more and more about the circumstances of the shooting. They don't make sense. Why was a kid allowed to fly a drone, carry a ladder, a high-powered rifle, a viewfinder? Right? Why was he allowed to lay prone on a roof 150 yards away from the former president with a high-powered rifle? And nobody, and the Secret Service saw him. The snipers saw him and didn't exchange fire. They didn't engage the guy at all. It doesn't make that part of it doesn't make sense. And then, of course, immediately after the assassination attempt, they killed the patsy. What's his name? Thomas Matthew Crooks. Killed him dead, just like Oswald. Right? From out of nowhere, they kill him. They couldn't wait to kill him. He got off. He fired 3 shots, and then they killed him. So it is starting to look like, upon further investigation, there are gaping holes in the assassination story. We'll look at that as well as we continue. Welcome, everybody. These are my online reporters. These are live reporters. Vinny DiMartini, Cass-Philly Camden in the house. Crypto Corner, good morning. Good morning. Fear Porn, David Brown. And everybody else is lurking. If you're just lurking and hanging out. William R. Hall, my brother. What's up? I wouldn't trust Cheatley to guard a chicken coop. All right, man. I know there's so many opinions. There's still a lot of Americans that are never Trump, right? Of the population, there's probably 15% of the population that would never, ever, ever vote for Trump because they just don't like him. And there's probably a greater percentage of people that would never, ever, ever vote for Kamala Harris. And that is just a fact, right? You're not going to change everybody. But what is striking, I think that all said and done, people are familiar with Kamala Harris. And Trump was getting very comfortable running against a half-dead guy, Joe Biden. And now he's not. Now he's running against a smiling, corrupt, money-grabbing, fucking racist Kamala Harris, female, black, calling the race card, playing identity politics over and over again. Of course, Kamala Harris is going to call Trump a racist, a misogynist, and all these things. And she's going to stand behind her affirmative action appointment because of her race and her gender. Right? And so fascinating times in election. This is moving fast. Boy, I tell you, I'll be honest, I don't look at politics. When I turn this show off, when the show is done, I don't really think about politics until the next morning, unless it's a big story, like Joe Biden drops out of the election or Donald Trump gets shot in the face. then I'll look at it. And it's been nonstop, really, looking at and waiting for what shoe is the next shoe to drop in this election. And as far as I would rule out Democrats having a open convention at this point, there may be somebody who stands up and says, I'll be the president, and it's going to get totally whitewashed by the overwhelming push to get Kamala Harris as the candidate, because it's convenient, right? She's the convenience president. Right? She'll be she's black, she's female, she fits the identity politics that they like to play. It also says that we are not a person, we are a party, and she's just a representative of the party. They can play that one too, which is not a true leader. She's not a leader. The president must be a leader of the nation, must lead the people. And Kamala Harris thus far has failed in her ability to connect with, average American people. She has not been able to do that. And is that going to change? Is all the billions of dollars that they throw at Kamala Harris going to change anything? It could. If Kamala Harris just rides the money wave and just comes out in front of people and smiles, constantly just keep the barrage of insults at Trump and smile, she has, I think, a better chance than Joe Biden. I think the polls, I think you're going to see I think you're going to see a tighter race with Kamala Harris. Remember, there's people that will just vote for her because she's black or allegedly black. She's Jamaican and she married a white man. And there are people that will just vote for her because she's a woman. Right? I heard Megyn Kelly say yesterday, she says, I'm a woman and there's no person more than me that would like to see a woman president. She said she shows the mat of the American presidents, the timeline of American presidents to her kids, and they're all men. And she says that bothers me, right? But she goes on to say, but Kamala Harris is not that woman. Kamala Harris is not the woman to be the first woman president. Anyway, so that's what's going on. What's going on? This is my thumbnail. There she is, laughing, smiling. Kamala Harris. This is how she's going to win. 58 years old. Now they're saying that Trump is too old. The Democrats are saying Trump's an old man. He's 78. Vote for our girl. She's 59. They're saying now that 81-year-old Biden fell off the fucking ladder, and they're saying that Trump is too old to run. It's crazy. Marcus Conte, this is my website. I have one. Every morning, 9 a.m., we're live right here on YouTube. This is the Morning Report. Educational, philosophical. There's nothing political. I don't do politics. I just do opinion. That's all it is. I'm not a politician. I don't take money from politicians or donors or anybody. I'm like you. I have an opinion, and I just step it up a little bit by talking about it on a daily basis and to help you. Get your white privilege out of here. And sometimes that happens too. Right? So you can support the program through PayPal, Patreon, or make a Zelle contribution, shorthappylife@gmail.com. So let's start here. As if things couldn't get more difficult for people in America, dating is difficult because of your vaccination status. Are you vaccinated? Have you been vaccinated? You're not vaccinated? I'm not going to date you. You got a vaccine? Wow, I'm not going to date you. I'll get sick. People are. It seems that there is a divide amongst people who date. 36-year-old Courtney always considers modern dating a hit or miss, even before the vaccines, the masks, the lockdowns. Having chosen to avoid taking the shot, COVID-19 shot, over concerns about their safety, she finds that dating market more restrictive and challenging than ever. Listen to this. In my age, I'm at the age now where I want to have kids, my situation, blah, blah, blah. A huge factor in dating is, did you get the vaccine or not? wow, amazing, right? Amazing. Now that's become a real concern in our times, right? To date, you have to worry about your vaccination status. Did this person? If you don't care about it, then it doesn't matter. Whatever the other person says, you just say, yeah, that's me too. Oh, you got a vaccine? Yeah, I got mine too. Right? Or no, you didn't get a vaccine? No, I didn't get around to getting my vaccine. You could say that, right? If you don't care. If you do care and someone says, oh, I'm triple vaccinated. How about you? And you say, no, I don't believe in vaccines. Then you're not getting a date. You're not getting any no action for you. So fascinating, right? Fascinating times we live in. Over there in Asia, people think that the United States is so revered. Right? It's still a theory in America, a belief, almost like a fairy tale in America, that the whole world admires the United States more than any other country in the world. And it simply isn't the case. Look at the statistics here in Asia, for example. Large groups of people in Asian countries believe that the United States democracy used to be a good example for others to follow, but isn't anymore. All right, so the view of America from Asia is deteriorating greatly, right? And why does that matter? It means that they're not going to send their best talent. They're not going to jockey for position, with the Americans. The only thing that they care about with the Americans is military might. That's the thing that holds the United States in place in Asia. It's the army. It's the military. It's the bombs, right? The fear, right? But look, Singapore, 52% of the people say it was good, but not anymore. Malaysia, 50% good, not anymore. Japan, 65% of the population says it was good in the past, but not anymore. And you could see the red numbers. Those are the descending numbers of people that say it has never been a good example in red. Never. So what about Thailand? 44% believe that the country was good once upon a time and isn't anymore. 13% say it never was. So the point is that our face around the country is around the world, our political face, our selling point is failing miserably around the world. And that's just an example in Asia. But don't worry about it. Camilla is going to smile us back into power. Look at this video. This is coming out of China. It's in Chinese, but you can see the I'll try to read the captions as it plays. But this is a video circulating around China about Oakland. Oakland is a popular. I can't really see it because the numbers are in the way. Hold on a second. Oakland is a popular city in the United States. Look at this. We are in Oakland, California. Continue to explore the truth and movies. This is often seen in the media. Everywhere is garbage. People don't live in places. There are wanderers everywhere. Is this true? Let's look at today. Drive westward towards Oakland. Such place near a highway bridge. The painting style. A lot of garbage. You can see the highway bridge in front, right? This is what they're promoting. Yeah. There are a lot of places like this. It feels terrible, like being abandoned. That's Oakland right there. This is real. It's not fudged. There are a lot of broken RVs, house cars. There are also wanderers. Dangerous. It's dangerous at night. Don't come here. Oakland is often regarded as America's most dangerous city. Even Trump said, there are places in America that are among the most dangerous places in the world. It's moving too fast.
You go to places like Oakland or Ferguson. The crime numbers are worse. Seriously? 由此可见一斑啊。奥克兰的犯罪率在美国
So that's the that. Congratulations, America. That's now the selling point in Asia. Do you think that the communist Chinese people who get very, very little exposure to real media or, different opinions, they're going to see this, and now most of China is going to think what about the United States? It's a fucking dump. So China is actively promoting to its people in Chinese that America is now a fucking dump, right? And this is a great clip. Thank you, Elon Musk, for this. AI, high fashion. I'm going to shut off the audio because it's probably a song. Here's Elon. There's Trump. Breaks out of jail. Kim Jong-un. Then see. It's great, right? From Canada. It's Hillary, oh no. Boom, boom. Bill Clinton in a dress. Oh, Mark Zuckerberg. Mr. Obama. They love Obama. Whoever made this loves Obama. Look at Obama. Look how fashionable Obama is. This is how we see our heroes, right? This is how America sees Obama, like some kind of hope warrior. This is the Saudi prince. Kamala Harris, look at that one. Oh, look at the image they're selling of Kamala Harris. Look at this. Is that Kamala Harris? Look at Kamala Harris. Look, Kamala Harris. This is the image you're going to try to sell. See, she's a beautiful black woman. Beautiful black woman, Kamala Harris. This is who Trump's running against. Trump is running against fucking Naomi Campbell. Jeff Bezos, the billionaire. Bernie Sanders. Runaway power. And the oligarchy, right? The oligarchy is calling it. Democratic Party still very, very much under the thumb of the oligarchy being the large corporations that give big money. Democrats didn't turn to the people and say, who do you want? They turned to the donor class and said, who's going to give us the money? $100 million flowed in on the first day for Kamala Harris. They got their gal. That's it. It's over. Okay, who had the money? Who had $100 million to donate to fucking Kamala Harris? Not regular people. That's the donor class. So the donor class has spoken on behalf of the Democrats. And you get what you get, man. That's what you get. That's what you get, man.
To run for president, you've got to make your case to voters. You make your case to voters. That's what President Trump did, even though he had already been the president. And even though he was by far the most popular person in the Republican Party, he ran for the Republican presidential nomination. He faced some good competition, and he made his case to voters.
That's right.
The idea of selecting the Democrat Party's nominee because George Soros and Barack Obama and a couple of elite Democrats got in a smoke-filled room and decided to throw Joe Biden overboard, that is not how it works. That is a threat to democracy, not the Republican Party,
right,
which is fighting for democracy every single day.
Right. The very party, the Democratic Party, that are calling the entirety of the country fascist. Anybody who's not with them is a fascist, right? When you look at the word fascism, it really is elimination of opinions from the people, right? Whatever else, authoritarian, right? That the move to literally oust Joe Biden and replace without any say from the people is barbaric. Now, arguably, Kamala Harris was on the winning ticket. Winning, I use that loosely term, the winning ticket in 2020. She was the vice president for Joe Biden. Joe Biden theoretically won the election. And so she has been elected. She is an elected official. It's not like she was on the ticket. Were people voting for Kamala Harris? Well, they were in part. That's inescapable. A lot of people may have voted just for Joe Biden because of Kamala Harris, and that's why they pick her. Right? Democrats know that there's 20% of the people in the country that will just vote for her because she's black, another 10% because she's a woman. That's good enough for us. Let's go, Joe. So Kamala Harris was arguably she was elected by the people, but we have not heard the Democratic people speak yet. At that convention, will there be dissent? Will anybody stand up? Trump is saying about Kamala Harris, she's vicious and dumb. That's what Trump is saying right now. I tell you, man, they're spinning Kamala Harris pretty good. Here she is, and then we're going to look at the hit on Trump in a second. But here's a little more on Kamala Harris. This is ABC News spinning it. George Slopolopoulos reporting.
Seismic moves in the presidential race. President Biden is set to return to the White House today, for the first time announcing that he's dropping from the race. Meantime, Kamala Harris, as vice president, has basically secured the Democratic nomination for president, locking up the delegates, taking in more than $100 million overnight. Chief White House correspondent.
$100 million overnight. That's not shabby at all. Joe Biden was losing money while he was running.
Mary Bruce starts us off. Good morning, Mary.
Kamala Harris is going to need every penny she gets because she has no talent. She doesn't have that raw talent to go out and rally, right? Well, maybe she does. Maybe she learned how to do it. I don't know.
Good morning, George. Well, Kamala Harris is now barreling towards the top of this ticket, and today she is hitting the road. She will be heading out to battle.
The point is that it's only Tuesday, the day and a half after Joe Biden bails out of the election. Look how they're promoting and banging on the drum for Kamala Harris. Not even 2 days later, hours later, they're already promoting and telling the American people, yes, Kamala Harris is our pick. Who picked her? Who did all of this? Was it Joe Biden? Who held the gun to Joe Biden's head? That's what I want to know. Is Joe Biden dead? It doesn't look like Joe Biden's dead, by the way. He called in while Kamala Harris was on stage. And we allegedly hear Joe Biden's voice, which you're going to hear. So conspiracy theories that Joe Biden is already dead doesn't look to be true. We're going to see his face or his head probably today or tomorrow in the White House.
Wisconsin, the first battleground state stop of her new run for president. This morning, Vice President Kamala Harris now securing commitments from enough delegates to become the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee. Delegates from her home state of California sending her over the top.
There you go. So the delegates have spoken. That's how the Democrats are going to play it. Yeah, see the delegates. We have delegates. Who are they? Oh, it's just fucking delegates. And they're going to pick.
Harris then saying overnight, I look forward to formally accepting the nomination soon. Harris.
No election. No Democratic election. This is your pick. Take it or leave it.
Now kicking off her.
You don't want Trump, do you? You don't want another Trump. Trump.
Campaign and rallying her troops. Harris visit.
Trump derangement syndrome is very well in place by now. I'm sorry I'm talking over all this. Trump derangement syndrome is very much in place right now. There are people that all you have to do is say those 5 letters in a row. Trump. And they're fucking, their eyes open a little bit, and you could see the blood starting to boil in their head, and the anger. And then the anger eventually comes flying out of their mouth, accusing you that it's look at you. How fucking stupid are you? How do you believe that fucking idiot? He's a clown. What's the matter with you? What are you fucking crazy? That's what they'll tell you.
Nation soon. Harris now kicking off her campaign and rallying her troops. Harris visiting what was the Biden campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware, now ground zero for her campaign for president. Biden himself calling into the meeting while home recovering from COVID. In his first public remarks since bowing out of the race, Biden passing the baton to his loyal VP.
I'm hoping you'll give every bit of your heart and soul that you gave to me to Kamala. And I want you to know.
So this is Joe Biden. After he drops out, we are hearing a voice that sounds like Joe Biden. Is it AI generated? Is Joe Biden already dead? Ooh, who knows? It sounds like him.
I won't be on the ticket, but I'm still going to be fully engaged.
Harris taking the mic, but Biden still on the line.
Yeah.
We love Joe and Jill. We really do.
Joe and Jill.
They truly are like family.
Joe Biden's getting the strategy is to give him the golden parachute. Joe Biden, what a fantastic president. He's getting up there in age, and now we're gonna give it to the next generation. The black woman's gonna take us over the finish line and beat the orange monster. They're giving Joe Biden the golden parachute. All the hard words that were said about Biden, it's over now. Now, all you're going to see from the Democrats is love for Biden, for what he has done. Such patriotism, such love of country to have stepped out of the way. No, he was threatened and the money dried up. He was told by the leaders of the party that there's no fucking way we're going to back you. And there's no way the donors are going to give you another penny. Not one more penny. So you need to get out of the race so we could keep the money machine going.
And we do, everybody here does.
It's mutual.
She is. Look at those teeth. Smiling Camilla. This is what we got. This is congratulations, America. Smiling, laughing, fucking fake tooth Camilla.
I knew you
I just got a little nauseous.
were still there. You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching you, kid. I'm watching you, kid. I love you.
I love you, Joe.
Oh.
Harris then outlining what's at stake in this election. The former California Attorney General making it clear she's ready to prosecute the case against Donald Trump.
In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds.
It's a good line right here. It's a good line.
Predators who abused women. Fraudsters who ripped off consumers. Cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
Whoa.
The party now
That was a good comeback. So Trump the villain, Trump the woman abuser, Trump the criminal. That's where they're going to go.
consolidating behind her with light.
Even though that strategy has failed miserably in the courts, they're still going. They're going to still run with it.
lightning speed. In just over a day since jumping in the race, Harris raising over $100 million, the largest haul in campaign history. With tens of thousands of black activists.
There they are. There's the imagery coming out of Washington right now. There's President Kamala Harris. And man, that was a quick switch, boy. Whoa, Democrats are moving fast now, boy, to usurp democracy. We don't need elections anymore. We got our gal.
Leading the charge, and she's locking up endorsements from every Democratic governor and nearly all senators and representatives.
Representatives, the donor class.
With the party
Who's giving them the money?
closing rank around her, would-be rivals quickly falling in line.
We need someone who's experienced, who cares about people and knows how to get things done, and that's Kamala Harris.
I'll tell you what, I like our chances running a prosecutor against a guy who's a convicted felon.
There's Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania. A prosecutor running against a convicted felon. That's a good line.
Nancy Pelosi, the powerful former House Speaker who was instrumental in pressuring Biden to drop out of the race, now backing her fellow Californian, praising Harris's strong values, faith, and commitment to public service.
We're very excited about praising his legacy and electing Kamala Harris president.
She's such a fucking phony. These people are such garbage. They all need to, I don't want to say it, but they need to pass on. They need to, the Chuck Schumers and the Nancy Pelosi's, they need to just go away already.
For now, the top
Even the Barack Obamas of the world, go away.
two Democrats in Congress, Senator Chuck Schumer and Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, withholding their support, waiting to meet with Harris first, but leaving little doubt.
Vice President Kamala Harris.
All right, so we know Harris is going to be the one. Here she is one last time.
Good afternoon.
This is what you can look forward to if she wins.
Good afternoon. I want to welcome these leaders for coming in to have this very important discussion about some of the most pressing issues of our time. I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit.
Who cares? Why are you telling us that you're she, her, a woman sitting at the. What the fuck are you talking about? Why does that? Why does any of that matter? Why does that matter? Joe Rogan. So let's shift gears here. It's your election, America. Congratulations. You now have, it looks like, unequivocally Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump for the presidency. And but let's talk about was Trump shot? It does look the timeline is very suspicious. 2 days before the Republican convention, Trump gets shot. Maybe a week after the Republican convention, Joe Biden drops out. Right? You could say that the plan was to kill Trump and then run fucking, I don't know, the Republican Party would have been in chaos. They wouldn't have had a pick. They would have picked Marco Rubio to run against Kamala Harris or just run the dead guy, run Joe Biden against anybody. But that's not how it went, right? But it looks like that was the plan, right? It does look like if there was a higher plan, right? It does look. It's starting to look like that. Like you have to. We got to smear Trump. It's not working, sir. We're smearing him and it's not working. Well, then you have to prosecute him. We're prosecuting him, sir, but it's not working. And then say, okay, well, you have to kill him. Yes, sir. We tried to kill him and we missed the shot. We got some psycho up on the roof, but he missed. It's starting to look like that.
Well, the whole world is like basically some bizarre movie now. The Trump thing, the shooter, all the stuff that's coming out about the shooter now, the more you read about it, the more you're like, what is going on?
Like a BlackRock thing too, right?
Yeah, he did a BlackRock commercial. They knew that there was a suspicious person 10 minutes before Trump went on stage. They still wouldn't let him go on stage. They saw him on the roof and they didn't engage.
Yeah.
They saw him on the roof with a rifle.
It's a bad Secret
engage.
Service right there.
They wouldn't put Secret Service agents on the roof because they said there was a slope to the roof.
Right.
And it would be dangerous.
It's more dangerous if the ex-president gets shot.
Bro,
which he did.
They let him get off. The kid got off 3 shots.
Yep.
And apparently there was one that we saw that hit his ear, and you see the bullet. Like, the photographer got a bullet
I saw that.
flying by his head.
Yeah.
But apparently there's another one of a bullet going by his left side of his head. So it went by the right side of his head, hit his ear, went by the left side of his head as well. Because the guy got off 3 shots.
Yeah.
And he just missed Trump every time.
There's the one shot of him like turning his head, and I'm like, are you kidding me? It was that close?
Dude, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. And the fact that they had such poor security guarding him.
Right.
Like, they did such a terrible job.
My uncle. That's the way it always happens, Joe. It's security. There's no security around them. They a hole in security. Stick the crazy person in there, the person of interest. Let him do what he's going to do. Yeah, he's got a gun. Perfect. Let him do what he's going to. It does. That's more believable. Right. That's a believable story right there. That these holes in security were not by chance. I tend to believe a little bit of it so far.
I'm convinced it's bullshit. My uncle's like, there's no way this is real.
I don't think it's not real, but
it's real. It all happened. It all very much happened. There's no doubt about it.
Look, here's the deal. Okay, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. Just want to be real clear.
Yeah.
But they have organized assassinations before.
Sure. Yes.
And when they organize,
usually starts a war.
Assassinations, it looks just like that.
It does.
And when they organize assassinations, one of the things they like to do is have some loser kill the president, and then they kill the loser, and that's a wrap.
Right.
This kind of like stops all the leads. Everything's like, where's he go? So they have his phone.
You get the loser, you let the loser in, and then once the loser does his duty, shoots the president, you shoot the loser. So there's no loose ends. It's totally makes sense.
They say they can't get into his phone. Bitch, I know you read my text messages.
Yeah, why is it taking so long to break into this?
How can you not get in that kid's phone?
It's always shady, right? They always die instantly. Like Kennedy assassination, too. Like a nightclub owner kills Lee Harvey Oswald. Yeah. I'm supposed to believe there's a nightclub owner with a heart of gold out there?
Runs right up and shoots him in front of cops.
Yeah. What is this, the end of Shaft? What is going on? No, it's like, it's
Superfly.
ridiculous.
That was the end of Superfly.
The new Shaft ended like that, too.
The end of Superfly.
Joe Rogan is awake. Joe Rogan is starting to lean towards assassination, planned assassination. It was an assassination attempt, but who planned it? Was it planned? Was it solely by the kid? Now we're learning that they have his phone and they're broadcasting, oh, we can't get into his phone. Are you fucking kidding me? Some schmuck kid, probably with a fucking cricket phone or something, some shit Verizon service. You can't hack his phone? Are you kidding me? Get the people from Apple on the phone. They'll hack his phone. Samsung, go to fucking Japan and they'll crack the phone for you.
He tells him something stupid like that.
It's cinematic as hell. Feels like a movie.
Yeah, it seems like a bad movie from the 70s.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's how every 70s movie ended, by the way. A guy just gets shot in the face.
Weevil Girl says the Patsy has all three names. Right. Thomas Matthew Crooks. It's interesting how they gave him the three names, right? All the assassins, Hinckley, Mark David Chapman. You remember the guy who shot Lennon? Why did Patsies have three names?
Right, there's a lot of that.
Every movie, you're just like, it's like a guy gets shot in the face, and then the credits, and you're like, all right, I guess this is...
The guy on the roof is just bananas.
Yeah.
That roof was 150 yards away. And if you're a good shot with a rifle, hitting a human being at 150 yards is quite easy. I don't know if his rifle had a scope. I'm assuming it had a scope. Someone said he was using iron sights. Can you find out?
But he wasn't like set up in advance. He just went up there, right? I mean, that's how they...
He had a rangefinder.
Yes.
Okay, so the kid was walking around the whole perimeter of the area with a rangefinder, which is instantaneously, if you're Secret Service, you see someone with a rangefinder walking 150 yards from where the president is, you tackle that guy.
Yes.
You don't let that guy get on a ladder.
Yeah, this is your Super Bowl. What the f are you doing?
He brought a ladder. The guy didn't just bring a rifle. He got through there with a rifle and a ladder. I don't know what kind of rifle it is. I don't know if it's kind of rifle where you could disassemble and reassemble like an assassin, like screw it together. Yeah. But whatever it is, all of it stinks. Every part of it stinks.
And every person who talks about him, it's like the classic incel, like never spoke, never. This was an old bit of mine. I was like, that should be the reason. That should be, if you want a gun, you have to be a good conversationalist. You better be chatty, because that's like every person who does these shootings things or assassinations. It's like they're the quiet, creeping dude.
Yeah. It's very strange. The whole thing's very strange. There was also photos of him where he had long hair and wear lipstick and looked like a girl.
I think that was bullshit, though.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit
fake.
too. But that's a problem. Like everything's bullshit now.
Yeah.
The commercials, the BlackRock commercial, and then there's some videos of him in high school talking about having a 10-inch penis. He looks like he's just having fun with his boys.
There's a video of him saying he's a 10-inch penis.
Yeah, but it's like
so that's Joe Rogan's opinion. This is brilliant right here. Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to roast Miss Cheetos, right? She's the leader of the Secret Service, Director Kimberly Cheeto, and she's Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to ask her some poignant questions. Watch this.
Miss Cheeto, I'd like to remind you that you're under oath.
Yes.
The site team has a senior supervisor, an advanced team, a protective intelligence team, a counter sniper element, and detail. Who was the agent in charge? How long has she been the agent in charge? And what is her Secret Service background?
Good question.
So I'm not going to provide a name.
Why not?
Why
You're
not?
here to answer our questions.
That's right.
I'm not going to provide names of.
You stated in your testimony, you said, I am here today to answer your questions.
Answer the question, bitch.
That is correct.
Answer the question, you bitch.
I'm not going to provide names of our personnel.
Why not?
Today.
The American people are demanding these
They
answers
are.
from you today, Ms. Cheadle.
I will do the best to provide you accurate information based on the facts that I have at this time.
So that's the leader of the Secret Service. She's the one who takes the hit. Kimberly Cheetle, right? And there she is being grilled on Capitol Hill. Do you think that she's part of the conspiracy? That's the idea. That's the thought here. Is she also a patsy? Maybe she had no idea. Maybe she's so fucking incoherent and incapable of doing the job. That's why she was picked for that day. Yeah, get Cheeto. She's stupid and dumb, right? And Trump will get shot, right? There is something to that.
You're not answering our questions.
Nope.
The advance element coordinates with other intel or law enforcement partners, identifies threats and weaknesses at the sites and movements. We'd like a copy of the advance report. Have you brought it here with you today?
We will comply with the request for the documentation that has been requested.
When will that be, Ms. Cheadle? Because you should have brought it today.
Yep.
I am certain that our personnel are working on obtaining all of that documentation.
I don't believe you, and neither do the people watching this hearing. You're not.
This is how you grill a fucking liar. This is how you grill a liar. Majority Taylor Greene doing a great job.
Doing well, as Mr. Moskowitz informed you. You've been sitting here for over 3 hours, and I have you know the entire country.
Why can't Majority Taylor Greene run for president? Why do we get fucking Kamala Harris, right? Majority Taylor Greene, I'd get behind her, right? Definitely.
Is demanding you resign and
yeah, you got your woman president.
Demanding that you be fired if you do not resign. Things are not going well for you. You need to answer the questions. Was there a protective intelligence team, and what technical resources were utilized for that event, specifically drone or helicopter assets?
There were a number of technical assets that were deployed for that event, and there was a protective intelligence team that was assigned to that event.
Why was Crooks able to fly a drone over the entire area the day of the rally and the day of his assassination attempt?
To my knowledge, he did not fly the drone over the entire area.
How did he fly a drone over the area, period? Any part of the area?
Again, I would have to go back and check the timeline of when that took place and when the event...
Why didn't you bring the timeline with you today?
She's just not going to answer the question. She's like, well, we have our protocol and our rules, and because of our protocol and rules, we're not allowed to talk about the details of protecting the president. That's what she's saying.
Hey, to answer our question.
So guess what, America? You don't get any answers. You get what we tell you. Right? That's what it's starting to look like. This lady is incompetent, won't answer the questions. She's not humbled. She's not saying, "Hey, look, we made a mistake. We fucked up." Right? She's not saying that at all. She's saying something else.
I don't have all of the answers on the timelines based on the criminal investigation.
Were you not prepared today to answer our questions?
I am prepared to answer the questions based on the information and wanted to be able to provide.
Do you have a timeline at all from any of the day?
I have a timeline that does not have specifics.
That's shocking. That is absolutely unacceptable. That means you are a failure at your job. Let's talk about things that are prohibited at Trump rallies. And I've been to a lot of Trump rallies. Backpacks and bags.
Yeah.
Bicycles, firearms, any type of weapon, or any other item determined to be a potential safety hazard, like a rangefinder would be one. At 5:10, Crooks is first observed by one of the snipers, AGR Sniper 1, at the building. 5:10, President Trump was shot in the face at 6:11 p.m. 5:28, AGR Sniper 1 takes a picture of a bicycle and 2 bags. Those belong to Crooks. 5:32, AGR Sniper 1 spots Crooks looking at his phone and using a rangefinder.
They were watching him. They were watching the shooter on the roof. The guy is laying on the roof with a gun. It's just, what the fuck? That's ridiculously suspicious. Now, you could say, well, it's Pennsylvania, open carry. No. This is protection of the former president of the United States. You don't get to have a gun, no matter where the fuck you are. You don't get to have a gun 150 yards away from a former president where you could shoot him. You don't get to do that, even with open carry. So that's not an excuse either. Why didn't they engage the guy? Why didn't they go up there and pull him by his feet off the roof? Say, hey, what are you doing up there? Grab him by the feet and pull him off the roof, right, and shake him out. Crazy.
5:55, Butler ESU Command confirms receipt of photos and states they have been relayed on.
See, the way I understood it when it happened is that the guy got up there really quick and fired off a bunch of shots, and nobody saw him do it, right? I didn't know that when it happened that there was an hour before. All right, so this is all coming out now. Now we know if this is true. It appears to be true. It's being spoken in the halls of Congress.
6:05 p.m. AGR Sniper 1 later communicates that Crooks is seen moving northeast in direction of Sheets and that Crooks has a backpack. 2 minutes before the shooting, while President Trump has been allowed to take the stage, people see Crooks laying on his stomach in a sniper position on the roof, and they're yelling he has a gun.
2 minutes, 2 full minutes. The crowd is screaming, he's got it. There's a guy on the roof with a gun for 2 fucking minutes, and they didn't engage the guy. 2 minutes. You got a gun? Get off the roof. Put the gun down. Right? Where was the outrage?
And they are trying.
Secret Service, they got snipers on him. They could have fired a shot over his head, right? Scared the shit out of him.
Trying to alert law enforcement and Secret Service. Why was Crooks not shot by the snipers? Why was he allowed to be there?
You didn't have to shoot him, but you could have certainly got behind him and dragged him off the fucking roof.
As soon as the individual was identified as a threat, they were...
No. What do you consider to be a threat? A
what is a
man
threat?
with a gun laying in a sniper position, a man that had a backpack, a man that had a bicycle, a man that had a rangefinder. At what point is he determined a threat?
He was laying, go one step further. He was laying in the prone position on his stomach, pointing his gun at the president. Come on.
An individual with a backpack is not a threat. An individual with a rangefinder is not a threat.
So she's being like a dickhead with the answers. Parts of what you're saying is not true and not accurate, and I'm not going to answer this.
What about a man laying on a building that has direct line of sight of President Trump with a gun that people are screaming and pointing out? Is that a threat, Ms. Cheadle?
Ask her who she voted for. Ms. Cheeto, who did you vote for in the 2020 election?
Once that individual was identified, they were neutralized.
No, they were neutralized. Crooks was neutralized after he shot President Trump in the face, Ms. Cheadle. Is he only a threat once he fires the weapon?
As soon as the counter sniper identified that individual, they were able to neutralize them.
How were people in the crowd? Okay, then let's just take it this way. People under your command did not consider him to be a threat, yet people in the crowd knew he had a gun and considered him to be a threat. That means that you are a complete failure as the director of the Secret Service, that people under your command don't perceive a man laying on a roof with direct line to the president with a gun. They don't perceive that to be a threat, yet the people in the crowd do. How is that possible?
That's the last question, but please answer the question, Ms. Director.
I'm not certain at this time how the information from the people in the crowd was relayed to any law enforcement personnel.
No, you knew, that everyone knew. The people there knew that there was a danger. They knew there was a threat to President Trump, and it was allowed to happen. Was there a stand-down order, Ms. Cheadle? Was there a conspiracy to kill President Trump?
Absolutely not.
Then how did this happen? And why are you still sitting here not turning in your letter of resignation?
Last question, but please answer, and then I'll recognize Ms. Presley. Please answer the question.
That is what we are investigating to determine.
We're waiting for your letter. We are waiting for your letter of resignation, and you really need to consider doing that before you leave today.
Chair now recognizes Ms. Presley from Massachusetts.
Thank you. No one.
From Tennessee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Cheadle, the shooter was set up on the roof of the AGR International building, as